Hi everyone, this is Lissy, and I'm here on my own today because I'm actually going to post a video that was inspired by the amazing Virgie Tovar, and she has started a guide for fat girl living, and I have discovered her, and she is incredible, and she is really an inspiration for me in terms of body and fat liberation. And yes, I don't use that word lightly, excuse the pun. It's taken me a while actually to come around to her way of thinking, which is she has reclaimed the word fat. And part of her campaign, or part of her philosophy, is just reclaiming the what is considered, not fabulous in the status quo and in the world. People are scared of that word fat. And I have to say, I've been completely terrified of that word for a lot of my life. So, this is a video I'm making in response to a video log that Virgie posted about writing a letter to your former self. Now, she wrote a letter to her former little girl self, and she was a little fat little girl. And I have to say, I actually wasn't a fat little girl. I became fat after my father died when I was 15. And I know that my fat was a direct response to the grief I felt. And I'm writing a letter. So that really inspired me to write a letter to my former little Lissy. And when I think of my little Lissy, I think of me at about 8 or 10 years old. And when I was a little girl, I was actually quite sassy and quite brave, and would try different things. I even joined gymnastics. I took myself off to gymnastics and did crazy little things with gymnastics. Um, and then when I was about 14, 15, things happened in my life, and I started to hide away. And this is when I became very dislocated from my body, from who I was, and became extremely lost. So I just want to read you the letter that I've written to my former little Lissy. And this is a direct response to Virgie. So I hope this might inspire someone else to write a letter to their former selves. Yeah, in hopes of, I don't know, reconnecting, or, just reconnecting back with yourself. So anyway, here it goes. My darling Lissy, because this is actually how I would speak to myself if I saw myself. I'd be like, my darling, darling Lissy. Wow, what can I say? What a journey you've been on these past 40 years. Yes, girl, you are now just about to be 40. Can you believe it? No. And not only that, you're a grandmother. Can you believe that? No. You have the most beautiful and amazing daughter and a most beautiful grandson. Well, so much has happened, Lissy. I'm really, really sad to tell you that Dad dies when you're 15, Mum dies when you're 23, and your big sister Annie dies when you're 32. Along with, I'm afraid to say, our beloved aunties and uncles. These losses have impacted you in a profound way. And of course, but you are a strong, strong girl, Lissy, and you managed to emerge from these losses with a renewed sense of hope and happiness that is indescribable. You marry your childhood sweetheart and stay with him for 22 years before you realize that you need to leave and reclaim who you are to the fullest extent. You have been fat now for 25 years. And I have to say, Lissy, it's been a hellish journey for you at times, but it does bring you to a place of liberation and joy. Your fat, though, has not stopped you from loving, living, and experiencing life in all its complexities. Your self-acceptance and love for you and your body has been a long time coming, but it comes, girl. I promise. You emerge from a lost and lonely place to a wonderful but not perfect place of self-love. Lissy, you need to know that you are an amazing, strong, vibrant girl with so much passion and creativity. You will make the most amazing friends. You will have interesting lovers and you experience many things in your life. You even get a tertiary education, girl. I know. Who would have thought that? You get a Bachelor of Communications. I know. You didn't think you had it in you, but you know what? You had it in you and more. You become a geek and you love it. You rock fat girl fashion, girl. You design and you make your own clothes and you start sewing for other amazingly wonderful fat girls who you become an inspiration for. Lissy, your life is a colourful and brave one. Just remember who you are, where you come from, and that most of all, Lissy, most of all and most important, you are loved. So there you go. That's what I feel like I wanted to say to my little Lissy. I'm sure there's so much more that I'd love to say to my Lissy, probably, and I might have to write a letter to possibly my 17-year-old Lissy and my 20-year-old Lissy, because Lissy in my 20s was not a happy girl. So, yeah, I hope that maybe, you might feel inspired, if you're not feeling the love for yourself as much as you should, because, my philosophy in life is so scarily short. Whether you live to 100 or whether you live to 1 years old, life is short. So you better love the skin you're in. You better love who you are, because what's not to love? Own it, do it, be it, love it, work it. That's just how I feel. So, thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed that. And, I'm sure Walter will be like, "What are you doing making a video without me?" And I'll be like, "Well, you were fast asleep snoring your head off, so why not?" So this has been Lissy, and no doubt you will see both Walt and I pretty soon. So you guys have a great day, eh? And